Hello, boys and girls. We are back today with some more change problems for you to solve. So day one was pretty simple. Day two wasn't too bad, although we did learn about having the unknown in the change part of the organizer. So that was brand new. I'm also noticing that not everyone is using their part-whole organizers, although more people are using them than they were last week on some of our practice. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We're gonna do, I don't know, 5 or 6 problems today. I wanna tell you that these are going to be trickier and tomorrow's will be even trickier. So if you are a scholar that has not yet watched any other videos or completed any other work, you do not want to start with session 3. You want to go back all the way to probably Wednesday last week and watch that lesson and complete Thursday's assignment, and then watch Friday's lesson and complete yesterday's assignment, so that today on Tuesday you will be ready for this trickier work. Okay, here we go. Remember that visualizing is really important and something that we're going to do, and I'm going to really talk about these problems as we go through. I want you to close your eyes. Here we go. We're going to visualize this. Drake had 15 small prizes in his party bag. He shared some with his friend Andrew. Now Drake has 11 prizes left in his bag. How many prizes did Drake share with Andrew? So, in my head, I saw a boy and I saw him have a bag, and it's got quite a few party prizes on the inside. And I saw him taking some of the prizes out of the bag and giving them to his friends. Now, he didn't give them all to his friends because in the story it said he had some left. And we are looking for how many prizes he shared with his friend. So this is definitely a change problem because Drake's prizes changed in the story. So remember, we've got the beginning, we've got the change, and we've got the end. And we are using that strip diagram to help us decide whether we're adding or subtracting. And I think you're going to be surprised with what you find today, boys and girls. So in the beginning, Drake had 15 prizes in his bag, but he shared some, or he gave some. I saw him, remember, taking them out. Now the story does not say how many he gave. It just says some. And I noticed on the assignment that was completed last week that not everybody put that mystery number, or actually it wasn't last week, it was yesterday. Not everybody put that mystery number on the last problem, how the mystery was in the middle. Some of you went ahead and put that we were missing the end. But we weren't missing the end because he had 15 prizes, that was the beginning. In the middle, he shared some, and at the end, he had 11 prizes left. So when I share something, it goes away. That is a subtract in my change box. So let's talk about these numbers. The 15 prizes in Drake's bag at the beginning of the story, was that all he had or part of what he had? Well, let's see. In the story, did Drake get more prizes? No, I remember definitely prizes going away. So 15 is definitely the whole. What about the prizes that he shared with his friend? Did he share all of his prizes or part of his prizes? That's right, he shared part of them. And the 11 prizes that were left is definitely not what he started with, so only part. And since we're missing the part, it is a subtract problem because the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. Now, boys and girls, we have been writing our problems like this. But in this case, I want you to notice that I do not have an 11 on my touch points. And so because of that very reason, I'm going to change the way I'm writing this. I'm going to start with a whole, and I'm going to build my numbers up and down. And I'm going to say my problem a little bit differently. Either way is correct. It's just that we're going to solve it this way. So today when I subtract, I'm going to touch the top number, say its name, and count back on the other number. But I'm going to begin on the arrow side. So I'm going to only do the ones first. When I'm done with that, I will go to the tens place. So here we go. 5, 4, and 1, 0. So since 0 is nothing, I'm just going to leave it. So 4 is the answer. So I had 15 and I gave 4 away, and then they had 11. Let's see if that is actually true. Let's check that out. Are you ready? Let's try it. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Oh, look at that, boys and girls. It actually works. So why were we subtracting on this story? We were subtracting because we are looking for the part. And the part that was missing was the middle of the story, not the ending, but the middle. Very good job. Okay, let's try another one. Maria had 8 balloons. Her friend gave her some more balloons. Now Maria has 12 balloons. I want to know how many more balloons did her friend give her. So she had some balloons and she got some more. And that's what we want to know. We want to know how many balloons did her friend give her. So in the beginning, Maria had 8 balloons. And then the story says she got some more. It doesn't tell us how many she got. So that's where the mystery number goes. That's our change. It's what we're looking for. And we know that when I get more, it's add, because more is more, right? And now she's got 12 balloons. So let's go through and let's ask our questions. The 8 balloons in the beginning of the story, is that all Maria had or part of what she had? Well, in the story, it says her friend gave her more. So the 8 is definitely part. And what about the balloons that her friend gave her? Are those all of the balloons or part of the balloons? Well, since she already had some when her friend gave her some, the ones her friend gave her were also part. And so the 12 at the end of the story, that was all she had when we put those together. So, boys and girls, I want you to look where the mystery number is on our strip. Not looking for the total. Remember, we can't add to solve this. This is actually a subtract pattern because the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. Is the whole the missing in our strip? No. The whole, or the total number of balloons, was what we had in the end. And because we're missing the part that our friend gave her, we are going to subtract to find the answer. So we're going to start with 12, and we're going to subtract the 8, and we're going to use our touch points. When I subtract, I touch the first number, say its name, and count back. Here we go. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Awesome. So it says 4. Now, I want to see if this is true. If I had 8 balloons and I got 4 more, would I have 12? Let's check that out, because I know some of you are like unbelieving. You're still not sure about, but Mrs. Fuson, it was an add to story. And you are correct, but I'm adding a part. The part that I'm adding, the change is that it's a part, it's not the whole, which is why it's a subtract pattern. So I'm going to start with 8, and I'm going to add 4 more. Let's see if we get 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's true. 4 is our missing part, isn't it? Right. Gonna let your mind marinate on that for just a minute. Okay. Let's do another one. Sarah had 13 lollipops. At the party, she shared some lollipops with her friends, and now she only has 5 lollipops left. How many lollipops did she share? So in the story, Sarah had some lollipops, And then she gave some. I saw her in my head give some to her friends because it says she was sharing them. I know she didn't give all of the lollipops away because it said that she had 5 left. And I want to know how many lollipops she shared. So I'm going to draw my beginning, draw the change, and draw the ending. And then I'm also going to draw my strip. All right, so let's fill this out. In the beginning of the story, Sarah had 13 lollipops. She shared some lollipops with a friend. Now, it doesn't say how many she shared, but we know that she shared some. And we know that when I share some of what I've got, then I don't have as many as I have. So that's definitely a take from change. Excuse me. Now she's only got 5 lollipops left. Excuse me, boys and girls, I have a little tickle. Okay, so let's go through and put our information on the strip diagram. The 13 lollipops at the beginning of the story, was that all she had or part of what she had? Well, in the story, she did not get more, so that is the total. The lollipops that she shared with her friends, was that all she had or part of what she had? Well, since there were some left at the end, we're going to say that is definitely part. And then the 5 that were left over at the very end is also part. So we are subtracting because the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. And in this story, we are looking for the missing part. So we are going to start with a whole. And we are going to subtract the part. Here we go. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Our answer is 8. How are you feeling about these? You feeling good? We're going to do one more together, and then that will finish our lesson for today. And be sure to come back tomorrow so you can get your assignment and get that work completed. Here we go. Oh, let's pretend this is about you. I love stories like this. I want you to pretend that you have 14 gifts, and you opened some of them. But now you have 9 gifts left to unwrap. How many gifts did you open? So in the story, I can see myself surrounded by some gifts. I can see myself opening some of those gifts, but not all of them. And I want to know how many I have left to unwrap. So let's go through and fill this out. At the beginning, I had 14 gifts. And I opened some of the gifts. Notice the story didn't tell us how many, but if I opened them, then I don't have as many as I did before. So they're definitely going away, the wrapped presents. And I have 9 left to unwrap. So let's pull this in here so we need this to be able to tell whether we're adding or subtracting. So the presents at the beginning of the story, was that all I had or part of what I had? Well, since I did not get more in the story, it is definitely the total. The presents that I unwrapped were definitely not all because I had some left in the story, which means I am subtracting. And I'm subtracting because I'm looking for the part of the gifts that were opened. So I'm going to start with a whole, and I'm going to subtract the part to find the other part. Here we go. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I opened 5 of the gifts, boys and girls. It has been so much fun today, adding and subtracting with you. I have really enjoyed investigating those tricky change problems. And I want you to tune back tomorrow to get your assignment. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.